The Export AI platform has newly launched the agent middleware feature. First, let's take a look at what an agent is. An agent is essentially LM calling tools in a loop. So we have standardized this core model into a workflow diagram. However, not all applications in the world follow this model, as you will always customize these loops. Therefore, we have followed LangChain's footsteps to build a plugin feature for agent middleware. Middleware, so allows developers to add custom logic at any step in the core agent loop. Middleware offers a more refined way to control the internal operations of the agent. Middleware is applicable to the following scenarios. For example, tracking agent behavior through logging, analysis, and debugging, converting prompts, tool selection, and input format, adding retry, degradation, early termination logic, applying rate limits, safeguards, and personal identity information detection, etc. The core agent loop includes calling the model, letting the model choose which tools to execute, and ending when no more tools need to be called. Middleware exposes hooks before or after each step. These hook functions allow middleware plugins to write their own control logic. For example, injecting some custom system prompts into the system prompts, then choose tool invocation, limit tool invocation, or modify the results of tool invocation, or customize the processing of large model return results. On the Expert AI agent orchestration platform, you can right-click to add an agent middleware node to a workflow, adding different middleware to an agent, then sort the middleware in the agent's attribute panel. You can also click on the middleware node to fill in the detailed configuration of the middleware. Let's switch to the agent orchestration interface. We already have an agent node. It now has a Tavli search tool node. Next, we right-click, add workflow, and select middleware. The middleware list will display the middleware plugins already installed in our system. Here we can see a summarization middleware, which is used for conversation summarization. The to-do list middleware is a tool middleware for performing to-do list tasks. There is also a context editing middleware that compresses tool messages in the context. For example, we add a to-do list middleware. After adding, we can see it includes a write to-dos tool. Then we connect the agent with this middleware. This agent node now has this middleware and the red to-dos tool. Within it, we click on this agent node to open its panel. You can see that in the middleware properties section, there's a middleware list item for the to-do list here. Now, this agent node has this middleware. Next, we right-click to add a middleware called summarization. It will summarize a message list that exceed a certain length. We connect the agent with it. Click on the summarization or middleware node. Here we see some of its properties. For example, we set some triggering conditions for it. If the message reaches 6 entries, then summarize. Keep 2 messages. And also fill in a prompt word for the summary and a prefix for after the summary. You can select the large model needed for the summary here. For example, we choose DeepSeek 5.3. Then we click the agent node again. You can see this middleware section now has 2 middlewares. We can drag the order to sort the execution sequence of the middlewares. The sorting of middleware has some relationship with the actual execution. So when using different middlewares, we must consider the order and execution sequence of the middlewares. Thus, this agent node now has 2 middlewares and a toolset. We click the link button at the top of this diagram. Then you can see this diagram drawn out as a detailed flowchart structure. From the initial node, the hook function for the before model middleware will be executed first. After executing this hook function, the agent node call will be executed. It will call the large model inside. After the large model finishes running, the output will be passed along. If there is a tool call, the respective tool will be invoked. For example, tailor search and write to dos. The write to dos is a tool within the to-do list middleware. After executing the tool, it will return to the middleware. For instance, the models node will again cycle through the agent execution process. If the agent node has no tool calls, it will return an AI message and then conclude. This process corresponds to the loop execution of the agent as described in our documentation. Then the model is called and tools will be invoked. Once the tool call is complete, it returns to the model. The model is called again. Next is the execution process for the added hook functions, before agent and before model. After execution, the pipe model call hook function will be invoked. It will call the model again inside. Then the after model hook function will be called. After the model, the actual tool will be invoked. When the tool is actually called, the wrap to call hook function might be invoked. It will encapsulate the tool call. After calling this tool, it returns to the before model's hook function. Then proceed to the next cycle. After all the cycles are finished and there are no more tool calls, it will proceed to after agent and then continue until the final result. This is a self loop of a single agent, including the execution process of middleware hook functions. Now back in our agent orchestration interface, you can see this corresponds to our agent node, 2 middleware components, and a toolset. Next, let's run it for real. Let's see the actual result. We ask it a question, how to make $1 million? It will call the agent node. The agent node will initiate a tool call utilizing tools within the graph database middleware. Write a to-do list. After writing the to-do list, it will call the television search tool to look up some information. Then, it will call write to-dos again to update the steps in the to-do list. Then it calls telesearch again. The agent node will cycle itself. It sets relevant data according to the to-do list. Then it updates the to-do list. Let's ask it another new question. It gives a brief response resulting in 2 messages. We ask again and there are 4 messages. Ask again and there are 6 messages. Assuming we've set the number of messages, it will wait until there are 6 messages before prompting for another query. It will first summarize the message list. For example, if we continue with another question, it will summarize the messages. Once it's finished summarizing, it will proceed to execute the next step. Actual model invocation. After invocation, let's check the execution log. Then open the detailed log list below. Here we see the first message is a system message. The second is a human message, summarizing the previous message list. After summarizing, it retains 2 messages. After retaining the 2 messages, there is the latest Q&A, a question and the AI's answer. This forms a message list for continued Q&A after summarizing. This is the execution process of the summary message middleware. Besides the existing middleware list here, where else can we add? We click on Settings, Plugins. Here we can see a ready-made built-in agent middlewares plugin, which is our internal agent middleware. Another is the context editing midway plugin, which we developed as a standard, an official middleware plugin providing a context editing middleware here. Later, we will provide more standard agent middleware in the form of plugins in the plugin market for everyone to choose and use. As for how to customize the construction of agent middleware, we can develop it according to the official documentation. There are 6 middleware hooks functions available here. And according to its previous execution order, everyone can customize the arrangement of its internal logic. To implement specific customized logic for the agent, it will eventually be packaged into a plugin and released. This is the introduction of the newly released 3.7 version agent middleware function in our video. We will explain more middleware features in the future.